Hi, welcome to It Is Josie here. I'm glad to have you back again, and this is that time of the month where I show you a browse through of the Burda magazine. And I just come in the mail. I've just received it today, and at the look of things I seem to have received 2 issues. I don't know which other I've received, but my subscription is just for the Burda magazine. But here and there I've been surprised before with an extra issue, and I intend to open it up live with you here, so I give you my first impressions and how I feel about that particular magazine. And this is the February 2021 issue, the English version. I know this has come in a bit earlier than the January one because I just uploaded that video a few weeks ago. It was much more delayed, although still in normal circumstances it tends to come much earlier. And probably before I go on, I thought I would appreciate the wrapping. This is my subscription is with Unique magazines, and I like that their plastic that they use is 100% recyclable, and more than ever before I'm more keen on sustainability and how resources are being used. So I thought I would point that out if you're someone who appreciates that bit about life. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what's actually inside this magazine. As usual, I kept myself away from all the browse throughs on YouTube, in that I'm not biased before I open mine. So it's going to be first impressions and what I feel about it, and I'll share with you my honest opinion. Okay, let's go ahead and open it up. Yep, there are 2 issues, and we've got the Burda February 2021 issue, and of course the extra a free magazine. That's the Burda style. Let me see what's in. This is really exciting when you get an extra one that you didn't pay for. So it's exciting. What do we have here? Oh, I've received the May 2020, and in all honesty I think I missed that particular issue. I never got it. How timely, because I've been buying many and they've gifted me a May issue. This is amazing. This is really exciting because this I had missed out on. It was during lockdown and I hadn't ordered in time, so it's the perfect magazine I needed. This is exciting. But for now we are going to have a browse through of the February 2021 issue. So get comfortable, get your cup of tea, get your coffee. It might be long, but hopefully I get the lighting right. Okay, first impressions, I like the colors they've used. They're using some nudes and some pinks. I'm seeing more spring coming with this. Let's go ahead and open, and this is our first page. They're showing us what must-haves of this issue. They're showing me a few clothes on the runway. This is exciting. Yippee! I think I'm liking where I'm going with this. First of all, the first things that have caught my eye are the children's clothes styles. I've got a dress here, I've got a jumpsuit, a blouse, and a skirt. That's really good. And this issue's focus is on color green. Last issue, the January one, was on browns. I'm seeing the trench coat here, a dress, a few blouses, a coat, and over here we've got the trend. We've got tops, and this also looks like a trench coat, a coat, an interesting dress, a blouse, pants. This really looks interesting. I'm actually excited about this issue. Let's go on and see what's inside. I don't want to skip any pages like I did last time. And here we go. They're showing them to us here. I like the little girl's dress. I think this will be made for my daughter. This is exciting. Here is our first one. We've got your super easy top. It has raglan sleeves. Doesn't have much going on. It's super easy. Should be your beginner friendly. It has a 1 dot over there. It's loose fitted, and over here we've got an interesting top. This is a blouse, and if you can tell, this is where the straps are coming from. They seem to be coming from the bust area. Then she wrapped them around her waist. This looks really interesting. It might be giving a faux wrap. It's a v-neck, deep v-neck, and ties that wrap around the waist. That's really interesting. I think I'm intrigued by this blouse. I have a feeling I might have so many contenders in this issue. Don't know if the lines drawing show you clearly, but this is interesting. I also want to make sure everything is in the picture. And we've got a coat here. It's like a coat blouse of some sort. It's a jacket, yeah, like they called it. And then we've got an interesting top here, and this is an interesting top. I can see that it has a bit of a pleating at the sleeve that adds some detail, but it seems to be an easy one, just your basic jersey top made out of pontail jersey. This is an interesting one. The jacket looks good. It has cuffs. It's an interesting one. If you can tell, it has snaps for closures. It should be an easy thing to whip together if you are in need of a jacket. And then we've got a coat here that has 3 dots. Doesn't seem as complicated. It has single belt. It has, I don't know what they call this at the back, but the flaps that the coat has. It's a basic top, quite long. If you can tell, it comes up to the knees, knee length. It's made out of gabardine and has poppers for closures. If you don't like sewing buttonholes on coats, they're a nightmare because I find that it's hard to get the right size of a buttonhole. And then over here we've got this interesting dress. I like, if you can tell from the lines drawing, it has an interesting, what should I call, neckline. It's more like a V-neck with another covering inside, and the pockets are high up there. It's an interesting dress, but probably not for me, but it's an interesting one. And it has a gathered waistline and also some gathers on the sleeves. And over here we've got an interesting skirt which has that, what do they call them, bucket pants. They are like the bucket pants, but you know what I'm talking about, the effect on the waistline. It's a drawstring waistline, but yeah, it's an interesting skirt. I like the fabric they've used. They're showing us more pinks. And over here we've got a lovely top which I might sew up. It's your interesting top. It has gathered at the waistline, then a curl neckline, and it's your modesty waterfall neckline and asymmetric gathers along the side seam, turn into a basic into a must-have. It's a good top. I think this is something I'll make. I'm seeing it has some back darts for shaping. And then you've got these interesting trousers, roomy at the thighs, but nice and narrow at the waistband and hem. The trousers are in soft draping twill fabric. I think they use viscose twill. They are gathered. They're interesting pants. I don't think I fancy the very narrow cuffs on the pants, but they're interesting pants. If at all I decide to make them, I might hack them that this is not as narrow at the knee. But hey, who knows, a few years down the road I might be running after such a style, but not for me now. And we've got an interesting coat here. It's short-sleeved coat. I think it's one you can wear in the spring and warmer months, summer months. A bit kimono, a touch of parka, and an extravagantly large pattern. The coat with extra wide sleeves, a wide collar, has an instant impact. Yeah, that's an interesting one. And we also have a blouse here. A blouse, yes, but make it comfortable, please. And it's a jersey blouse. It has some frills at the neckline, if you can tell, if it's clear. And it has a V shape in the back, if you can tell from the lines drawing. It looks interesting, but I think it has a lot going on. If I just want a basic blouse, I might not go through that much. And all the features on the blouse are not evident on the back, on the fabric they've used. If they had used a plain one, it would show the frills on the neckline. It also has darts, bust darts for shaping. But I like the back, actually. The back is more intriguing, if you can tell. It has a pleat, and also the frills make a V-like shape in the back, if you can tell from there. That's interesting. It's an interesting top. I'm not saying I will never make it, but it's not one I'm going to make straight away. And it has, I like that Burda gives you basic pants if someone wants to have a go at making their own pants. And also these pants that come in the Burda Style magazine give a lot of room for fit and also hacking, because they don't come with seam allowance. so you can easily work around them to get your perfect fit. That's why I like them. And you can also use them as a block if you want to create a basic block. I think the best way to create pants block would work. A block for yourself would work with Burda style magazine pants because they don't have seam allowances, so you can play around with that. And there's an interesting dress here which is basic and beautiful actually. It has cuffs on the sleeves, sleeve cuffs, and I like that V line at the bust, which helps shaping the bust. And also I think it has straps. I could be wrong, but it's an interesting dress. It's a beautiful dress, and the model wore it nicely, and I like the fabric they use, that it doesn't hide any of the beautiful features of the dress. I love the cuffs. They look nice, but I wouldn't go down that road with the cuffs. I would just add an elastic and make them bishop sleeves because I love easier things. But it looks really elegant. I love it. And of course here we have this coat similar to the one we had before, but it's still different. It's just everything is shaped in squares. The neckline is squared. It's just your straight cornered coat, which is good. And we've come across this dress already, and I like the fabrics they use, that they use the same fabric in different colorways, and the fabric they used also gave it much shaping. They used the jacquard. It's an interesting dress. It has a lot going on, but it's a beautiful dress. And over here we've got that skirt coming up again, and I like the fabric they've used here too. It's your plain fabric. It's just a skirt with a perfect fit, a midi length made from colorful viscose check. The drawstring at the front top allows the waistline to be adjusted to any figure, which is really good. It's your beginner friendly project. They gave it 2 dots. And also this blouse is featured again here. It really looks basic and simple, and that added detail at the sleeves, which is that little pleat at the sleeves, adds some character and definition to the top. That's one I might make from it. It's your simple basic top. And there's this dress. We came across this in the blouse, and actually I now love it in the dress. It really looks gorgeous. That dress we saw, that was a v-neck line with straps at the bust. It's up here. We saw the top version. Now this is a dress, the wrap dress reinterpreted. Instead of wrapping the front piece completely over each other, ties cut from the top are wrapped around the waist, as a result in the figure of your dreams. The wide sleeves create an exciting contrast. This is really beautiful, and it's made out of a viscose fabric. I love this dress. I love it. It's interesting to imagine that the straps are coming from the bust area, then around the waistline. I like when you look at it at the back, it actually looks interesting. I like the wide sleeves. This is a contender. That's a contender. It's something I might make from this magazine. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I think I love that. And our lesson to this time round is of that top, which I said is a very good top. And just comes with a few pattern pieces, the sleeve, the front and back, and also the ties. This is a nice top. I might also make that top. And over here they're showing you fashion, how to style that skirt that we came across. And I don't know whether we have this blouse. No, this is a different blouse. Then we've got this dress, which is interesting, with an asymmetric hem, and has got a lot of color blocking going on, and a slit on the side. It's a good top, but the slit, I think it has a lot going on. The symmetric hem is already good added touch to it. Then the slit, then the bands. I think it's quite busy for me, but someone else might like it. It's a beautiful dress, but I'll pass that. Then over here we've got the instructions, and of course the patterns and more instructions. And they're focusing on the designing of that particular top. It's over there, the dress. Sewing brings happiness. I think she's the designer of that pattern. Interesting. Let's go ahead. Oh, that's showing us much more what inspired the making of that dress. Yeah, I won't go into detail. But yeah, if you're in doubt about this part, getting this issue, I think at the moment it's still looking interesting. Oh, this is a tutorial now to sew up an apron, a small one. I know my kids have been asking me for aprons for when I'm baking. I've got 2 big adult aprons, so probably I'll make them one. This is an interesting jumpsuit. Will I be making it? No, this is not my style of jumpsuit. I would prefer mine more fitted, but it's an interesting one. It's a good one. This is an interesting coat. Oversized dress emphasizes the coat's striking volume. That's interesting. But also this dress has caught my eye. We've come across this in a blouse, and now it's featured as a dress, the denim. It came as a blouse with that the blouse that has the frills on the neckline that come to the back, then a pleat. Then it comes as a dress. I'm not sure now that I might want the dress, because now the dress the pleat at the back is making it much fuller in the back. Not sure that's something I'd be interested in, but it's an interesting dress if that's something you fancy. I bet it comes with minimal adjustments. You don't need to adjust anything for fit because it's not meant to be fitted. And then we've got this denim dress. Hope the camera does it justice. An interesting dress with all those detail of top stitching. At the moment I'm sewing up my first pair of jeans, so I'm having a go at top stitching, so this is exciting. It's a beautiful dress made out of denim, definitely stretched denim. The top stitching, all that is adding detail to it. Would I wear it over pants that look like PJ styled with that? I wouldn't style it that way, but the dress on its own is nice. I would probably add belt loops to stitch it in or take it in. I wouldn't leave it loose fitted. So the model didn't do it justice. I think if it was more cinched in, it would have done better. And of course, we've come across this dress. It was a top similar to, no, I could be wrong, it's a tunic, but it's similar to the dress we've just seen, that had cuffs on the sleeves. Was it cuffs? Yeah, cuffs on the sleeves. But this seems to have trumpet sleeves. They're not trumpet sleeves. What are they? They're flared sleeves. I would call them that. It's a beautiful top, actually. You can still go around with just making bishop sleeves, adding an elastic and keeping the sleeves together, or leave it like that. It actually looks like an interesting top. It's one that I would make. And over here we've got this waistcoat. They've added so many coats and jackets, but I like this waistcoat. I would lengthen it for a dress, actually. I lengthen it for a little bit, but it seems like it's a complicated one. It has a lot going on. It really looks beautiful. And the same pants are featured here. I think they're the same pants we saw earlier, but they are made in denim. The shaping and the style looks like it should have been more fitted on the model, but I could be wrong. But they look nice. I wouldn't wear them that loose if they are more like pencil trousers, pencil pants. I'd want them more fitted than that. And then for the little missy, I like this skirt. It's your basic skirt and it looks like a great scrap buster. Whenever you sew up something in a heavyweight fabric, you keep some for the little one. And this is made out of a denim fabric with embroidery. This is a good one. I think it has an elasticated waistband. This will be a good piece to make for the summer months, because my daughter lately is so girly. She prefers skirts and dresses. And this little girl's dress is beautiful, and it goes up to size 140. I'm so sure it caters for my daughter's size still, because before I think they used to go, they were a bit smaller, but this wrap dress is a good one. I think this will look nice. It's made out of chambray with embroidery. I think this will be something I might make out of some African wax print fabric. I've got lots of it. It's a basic top, basic dress to make. A few times you come onto here and you don't find much that you can sew up for the kids. But I like these two patterns. That's a contender. If you're just buying it for those two patterns, it's still worth it. And of course the jumpsuit looks good on this little missy. And I think my daughter has grown up to a point where I'm comfortable with jumpsuits. It wouldn't take her long to undo them when she goes to the bathroom. Before, when she was much younger, it wasn't a place I wanted to go to. And I could do with shortening it and turn them into rompers for the warmer months. And I like this top, but I don't like this very open v-neck. just feel like it's not the girly kind of top. I would probably add a little button with a loop to just cinch it in, to just hold it in place. But it's a beautiful blouse. I love the jumpsuit. Yes, Burda, you've done well with the kids patterns. And over here they're showing you our denim collection. They have a tutorial for sewing up now that dress, which had a pleat in the back and also frills on the neckline. Let's see, what do they have for us. And here for Burda, I think this is Burda plus size. This is a nice trench coat. It's a beautiful one. And also we've got an interesting blouse here. Your simple blouse, I think what sets it apart is the fabric you use. They use the silk here, so it's floaty and it drapes nicely on the calves. It has a v-neck. It's a beautiful top. Actually, it's your simple basic top and should come together pretty fast. The coat looks gorgeous in that green. It's a beautiful one. And of course we have this also interesting dress. It's made out of stretch cotton. It has a drawstring and a zip. Is it a zip of some sort? I think it's a zip at the front. It's a beautiful dress, really. And I think dependent on what you choose to use, the fabric you choose to use, it's an interesting one. Then they've got a blouse here. It's like cut like a classic men's shirt, which is exactly why it's so seductive. It's not white model with a narrow high collar with wide cuffs. The buttons are concealed, so nothing diverts attention from you. Yeah, the buttons are underneath. It's an interesting top. If you've just been looking for a white shirt, a simple shirt to sew up, that should be it. It's not meant to be fitted. It only features bust darts, but other than that, it's a straight shirt. And we are coming to the end, and I should say I'm happy with this pattern, with this magazine this time around. Then we've got another blouse here, which has, what do they call those little collars? I've forgotten what they call them, but this actually looks nice. It's a bit of a high and low. The front is a bit shorter. And we've got another jacket over here. It's your straight jacket. It features some darting on the sides and pocket. It doesn't have a lot going on. It's a jacket blazer. And I could say I love this magazine. I love it. Oh, we've not yet finished. And there's also a blouse which looks like a jumper, which has a hoodie. It's made out of silk crepe, which is your basic one. Honestly, if I'm going for silks and drapey fabrics, I would omit the hoodie, but yeah, they know what they're doing. But it looks fabulous on the model. Then we also have a trench jacket, which is like a trench coat, but a shorter version, which looks amazing. That tie and dye. I like the way they played around with the greens. They all look amazing. I like it on this model. It looks beautiful. And that brings us to the end of this magazine. I think should look out for what I choose to make out of this magazine, because I've actually loved it. My contenders, this dress is a contender, and this top, which has a pleat on the side, is a contender. Then the girls' patterns, that girl's dress will be made for my daughter. I don't know when, but it will be made. And probably one of these patterns might be made as a tutorial, a sew along tutorial, but look out for what I decide to make out of this magazine. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Have you enjoyed this browse through? Will you be purchasing this pattern? Thank you for watching. Until next time, please like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Bye.